My duo and I won the Zurg skin in the Zurg Cup, and this is how we did it. We were going to land 4 fields, but I told my teammate to swerve because there was 4 teams landing there. I'd say one of the biggest things about comp is having a swerve drop and having a definite drop you know where to go in case your bus path is right over your drop, or in case there's too many people or you have a bad drop. Right here we just looted around and we went on a loop path around 4 fields. Then, as an IGL, I told my teammate we should stay in zone a little bit to farm metal and get all of our materials up. Then we were sitting around waiting for next zone to pop, and I realized there was someone walking around without his teammate. So I told my teammate 3, 2, 1. We then jumped on his head to try to get the refresh. We couldn't find his teammate, so we just finished him and left him. Right here, I was a little suspicious about this house. I wouldn't do what I did here. I honestly just ran inside because I didn't really think there was anybody inside. But if they were any better, we both would have died right here. So I would say if you're suspicious about something, take a better angle on taking the cone and see if there's anybody in it. Honestly, I did a really risky play and just jumped in, and I almost died because of that. I then healed up and let my teammate try to kill the other kid, but my teammate was having a little bit of a struggle. Then I decided to go help my teammate. But once I jumped on my teammate, the other kid just kept making space and he kept shockwaving away. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that refresh. I told my teammate to leave it, and we went back. Then I heard a reroute, so I told my teammate we should wait and try to get the kill of this guy. I didn't have the best aim, but thankfully my teammate was able to get the kill. I tried to thirst the body, and then I noticed my teammate was coming from the side, so I decided to go from the back to try to pinch him, but he went out this back and shockwaved away. We weren't able to get this. When I rotate, I saw that there was like no one around, so I decided to go over the water and hug the hill. saw it get up there, so I held out my builds, and then we built. I knew I had to make space because these kids were going to try to maybe spray at us. And then after that, I just made sure that they weren't going to do it again. You got to make sure you box near teams so that you're not the one lobby focused. If you're out in the open near nobody, you maybe get lobby focused. Notice how these people right here are building in wood. So you gotta get a lobby focus on that because that shows signs of weakness. So whenever somebody is building in wood, that normally means that they don't have much mats and they're trying to conserve as much as they can, or they're just being dumb. But normally I would try to spray someone who's building in wood. I tried to initiate a lobby focus right here, but it didn't really work. We started spraying at this one team because we had already cracked their shields, so we knew they didn't have time to heal. Then we started getting sprayed at, so I told my teammate to back up for a second and pop some heals. My teammate ended up getting a refresh, so he jumped on the refresh. But before I went, I made sure to spray the team under him so that they didn't try to aggro my teammate and try to fight him. Then I knew it was safe to jump on him. I made sure to build so I can get hit in the air. Then I connected to my teammate and dropped deck down. On this rotate, I realized it was really close, so I wanted to be the first ones to go. So we went, did like a small rotate, and then paused, and waited for the next rotate to pop. As you can see, we just stopped right here and waited for later. Then, when zone was on our back, we knew there was a team under us, so I tried to wait to get a beam on them, but they weren't going, so we decided to go at the same time. I tried to hit him, but not the best aim from me. Right here, I couldn't build, and I got stuck in the cone, and I misclicked my gloves, so that was interesting. I decided to be one of the first teams to go, so that we weren't held in back. And then I just made a tarp over the river. Your fragger should always help by carrying materials. If your fragger has extra materials just like that, make sure that he knows that he needs to drop you something. My teammate drops me a lot of materials during this because he has a lot more than me because I'm constantly tarping. Now right here's a good example of always needing to be aware. These teams got a pre-hit on us, but me and my teammate both hit them for 150 and made them back off. Then I rotated front zone and waited to heal. I started popping my heals after we were in front zone so that we didn't get held backside. Right here, I had no mats, so I told my teammate he needs to split me some mats. We thirst someone's flowberry so that we can just get zone without using gloves. We went under the bridge, what I like to call the troll strat, and just like survived without having to fight. And we just lurked down here a little bit. Right here I got on a good layer. I didn't really realize that no one was on height yet, so I should have gone for height, but I wasn't very aware. I told my teammate to stay down there because he was also on a good layer, so I told him just to do what he does, and we'll both just do our best. Now at this point there was someone on height, so I had to be careful with height. Height was spraying at me a little bit. You always need to be aware of height. So right here I'm looking at height, seeing if it's 2, and I noticed it's 1. So I tried to do a fist on him, but it fisted me backwards, so it honestly kind of sold me. Right there I hit a 30 tag, and then I was low, so I decided to chop out my chug and stagger a little bit. Don't be afraid to take storm ticks as your healing. Then I went up. I had no mats. I tried to jump on them, but I didn't have the best aim right here, so I knew it was up to my teammate to clutch. My teammate mantles up. Sees this kid, hits a max pump. He almost dies to storm right there, but Siphon saved him. He tries to connect himself, but he gets chopped down by this duo. He full boxes him, hits a 180 pump. He gets a Siphon in zone. He goes up, replay bug always selling. This kid misses his pump, and then thankfully my duo could clutch up the win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you really like this and if you think I should do more of these in the future. Here's my duo's TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I'll have his socials linked in the description below.